Hey everybody, welcome to our weekly Soul Changes Lives webinar. My name is Debbie Perez Cockburn. I am the moderator for this weekly chat. I am the mentor for many of you, and we are in parallel lines for the rest of you. And so I'm happy to have you here, grateful for all that you do to share soul. As usual, we have our good friend, Greg Halliday, who is one of the founders and CEO of Soul Naturals. He will be doing our product section this week. I asked Greg to talk about our fabulous new collagen boosting, mood enhancing formula called SolleRoyal. For that reason, I'm wearing my purple watch today, out my purple socks, because it's the only thing I own in purple. Now, if I were Dolores Ancona, I would have everything in purple because it's her favorite color. And we tease her saying that this product was made specifically for her. We're going to change the order of things this week. Actually, oh, yay. Wonderful. So I got an answer to one of my questions. I have a quick testimonial, Greg. So we're going to start with a testimonial. It's 1 minute long. It came to us via recording, and she is a new member of our Soul family. She's actually mentored by Gwen Jenkins, and her name is Charisse. And so I'm going to quickly share my screen with you and be able to share this video. Okay, hopefully you can all hear it, and we're going to do that now.
Hi there, my name is Charisse Miller, and I am an esthetician, aka skincare specialist, and a substitute teacher. So yes, I have 2 jobs. And needless to say, lately my energy level had been depleted until one day I was talking to my sponsor and she sent me this wonderful product. I immediately opened it and started using it that day, and it was a game changer. I had a burst of energy so every day I look forward to drinking this wonderful packet of energy. That's basically what it is. And I like to say thank you to my sponsor for introducing me to this, because it's been a game changer. Thank you. I have energy to do what I have to do for the kids and my clients. Thank you.
And I love that testimonial. In case you really couldn't see the box, I know she was holding it in front of the ring light, and so it looked like it was glowing. It was a box of Soul Vital, which is our drink that has 4 different sources of chlorophyll, and that's why it's so full of energy. And of course, it's chock full of trace minerals and vitamins and lots of other good nutrition. And so I'm glad to get that testimonial. I love it. I love it. Love you, Charisse. Welcome to our Soul family. I'm so happy that you are part of it. Good job, Gwen, sponsoring such a great new person. She's a member and hopes to become a specialist soon. So today we are talking about a product that I love. You can see this beautiful color. It's purple. I mixed it in 8 ounces of water. I actually gave some to my doggies today and they loved it too. So I'm excited because SolleRoyal is not a collagen product per se, but it is a collagen enhancing. For those of you who don't know, Greg will be explaining why you can't just ingest or take a collagen drink, and why getting plant-sourced collagen is better for you, or getting plant sources of good peptides and amino acids and vitamins and minerals that your body needs to produce collagen. So actually what you're doing when you take this product is helping your body produce better and more collagen. And it comes in 2 sizes. You can tell I'm a super fan. So this is the bulk size. This has 40 servings. It's got a nice big scoop. Or if you travel a lot or like to share samples, then you might be interested in the 16 serving bag that comes with individual servings. And Greg, I have to tell you that I love that these little packets are labeled and ready to sell individually if you know how sometimes you have a customer who says, oh, I don't know, it's got that funky color. Can I buy just one packet and see if I like the flavor? You can do that. I love that everything is listed on here so people can actually see the benefits. And I love that the packet matches the actual outside of the bag. And so, Greg, welcome. Thank you for being with us this week. I just started taking my collagen twice a day because I have a special interest in seeing how it will help my body with the bones and joints. Some of you know that I've suffered a little bit with arthritis in the past. I've received immense help using Solle, but I am one of those people who had an adverse reaction to using bovine collagen, which is very common on the market, and had a really severe reaction. And I think that's where my finger actually started curving more. Thankfully, none of the rest of my fingers did, but I have issues with it. And so, Greg, why don't you go ahead and start your presentation and tell us a little bit more about this formula. And please only speak, because I know that your time is limited. If you would talk about the collagen catalyst, actually, we talked about the peptide blend yesterday in Spanish, right? With the purple sweet potato and the pumpkin, and then
we did the fruits. We did the first two groups.
We did the fruits. Okay, perfect. Why don't you cover that today, and then we schedule another webinar and finish talking about the rest of the ingredients.
I think that'll be good, Deb, because the other group is bigger too, and
it's so
there's
much.
a lot to say. Yeah, there's a lot to say. It's a very kind of exotic formula. I know it sounds funny to say that, but it actually really is. And maybe, as we kind of talk about it, you'll kind of see why we call it that. I'm sorry I was a little late. I actually had trouble. I've got all the Spanish slides in one, kind of in one plate. Yeah, and I didn't have that. And so now I'm looking here. Let me see if I can find the right. I've got to make the right thing show up here because it's showing up. Do you see it now? Do you see the SolleRoyal?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
They're not in PowerPoint. They're kind of on through the Dropbox. So I'm going to try to make this full screen, and hopefully this will work okay for everybody. So these are the slides from the launch, and we'll just go through the first 2/3 of the formula today. But I will tell you, Dr. Allison gave the best short presentation on understanding how collagen works. And if you don't mind, because I've heard it a few times and I've spoken with her. She was out here at the office for several days before as well. And then of course, throughout the last number of months that we've been working on the formula, actually for nearly a year, since last May is when we started in earnest on this formula. Learned so much about collagen. I mean, it is a big topic, and we're sometimes tempted to think, oh, collagen's really popular right now. So we better learn about it. Well, collagen is part of everything anyway. There's a reason that it's getting a lot of attention. To me, that's all good because it means a lot of education's happening. Joints, bones, skin, hair, muscles, tendons, ligaments, the way we heal, growth, the way as children are growing. And as we're always regrowing as adults, our body's always trying to rebuild, collagen is involved. They're the building blocks. But this slide is so interesting to me. Sometimes we think I need collagen so I have a good structure, less pain, healthier skin. Look what Allison taught us right here. Collagen is also a message sender. It affects the type of collagen that we have, and the quantity affects the signals that determine our body's repair and development. Think about it. Our body until we die is always repairing, is always building. So when we have those signals interrupted, or if they become weaker, that's what happens with age, we're going to see a change. And one simple way of thinking of SolleRoyal is keeping your rebuilding process vibrant and giving you such concentrated nutrition for collagen that your body hopefully is able to do more than just maintain you, is able to improve these different things that collagen are involved in. That's our goal with SolleRoyal. I know it sounds like a big, a lofty goal, but that is the goal. We have a very deep founded belief that if you give the body everything it needs and then some, the body will start to repair. We just don't very often give the and then some. We kind of tend to, as humans, want to survive, continue on, and often with less. So SolleRoyal is about that and then some, those additional nutrients. Like Debbie said, it is a lot more involved than just simply ingesting collagen. So Dr. Allison, and why is I'm trying to advance the page and it's not, there we go. It probably, let's see if it went more than one. Yep, it did. All sorts of them. Okay. 28 different kinds of collagen. This is not a simple process. The body determines these structures. That's the first lesson. We can eat whatever we want to eat. What I mean is we can eat collagen bovine. We can eat it from chickens. We can eat it from seafood. We can eat it from bone broth. Okay. That does not change anything that the body does in terms of making it. The body still needs certain cofactors and it needs those amino acids. So when we ingest collagen, we're getting those amino acids. That's why I think a lot of people do it and they see a result as long as they're also including these other cofactors in their diet, maybe even unaware. Those who do see results, it's because they are bringing other things into it. Those who don't, it's because they're not. And there are certain risks. I'll explain those to just eating collagen, to get collagen. The truth is our body is amazing at building it. And like anything else our body does that it's amazing at, it needs good raw materials and it needs enough of them. And that's that point Dr. Allison brought home. She said, we need it sufficient, study after study. If you get sufficient, if sufficient is the key word of these various building blocks of collagen are part of our diet, then our body will do its job and our body's pretty amazing. This is just a slide that shows two types of collagen that the body builds. 90% of it is skin, bones, and teeth. This other type, though, is it any less important just because it's not as much in bulk manufactured? Our eyes, the discs that actually allow us to stand up in our back without, I mean, these are all vital parts that need the flexibility of the collagen. She could have put in here lungs. We talk about lungs, and Valerie, one of the other Solle leaders, she gave a great presentation on lungs. Think about, when do your lungs ever have the luxury of not expanding and contracting? Never, unless you're not breathing. Without collagen, your lungs don't do what they need to do. That just doesn't happen. So collagen is part of everything, and it's going to be really fascinating over the next 4 or 5 months as we revisit different purposes of collagen and why it's so crucial to get the right components. I noticed here, this is why I usually like these in PowerPoint, because there's a pause when you do it through Dropbox. But okay, so what do we do for collagen? You start with protein. That's where we start. The body gets it. You can eat it, like Debbie said. People get it from animal sources. And guess what? You digest it. You break it down. You don't just, the body doesn't get protein from a steak and protein from a collagen and go, oh, this one I'm just going to digest partially because it's collagen. The body digests everything. And then the body rebuilds. It sends the protein where it's needed in the form it's needed. So that's why we say you are much better off to get clean protein, but you need to get it concentrated enough through a plant, clean proteins that are easily digested, that are then easily constructed. Because a common collagen that's an animal source, it is more difficult to digest. That's a fact, versus a plant, a good plant source. And then the body doesn't have the cofactors that the plants all include if you have a good plant formula. So amino acids are important, but we prefer to get them from plants. So it's not just combining them, by the way. It's actually super complex. She talked about how complex it is. This is, if you're really into that, take a picture of this on your screen and then go back and look at it, because there's all these stages. There are chemical reactions that occur leading it from digested proteins to actual collagen. It actually has to go through all this. At any one step, if you don't have what's necessary to move it to the next step, it's not going to happen. You're not going to have the collagen. So this is the learning that I so much appreciated from Dr. Allison. This process, not an easy process. It explains why as we get older, that collagen and some of that suppleness of skin and some of that strength of structure and some of that flexibility of tissue is lost because it is very easy for us to miss some parts of the process because of stress, nutrition, toxins, things that get in the way of the flow of energy and of the chain of chemical progress in the body. So most often, in our opinion, things like diet and nutrition are most easy to remedy, to change. So she talks about certain amino acids being the most key, and she talked about glycine. People talk about proline, glycine, and lysine. You have these three. What she showed us is that glycine tends to be in all the collagens, but the others get substituted. So you don't want to this is reason number 2, you don't want to just eat a common collagen, because all you're going to get is what's in that. What you really want is this array of amino acids, because remember, the body is wanting to make many different types, okay, depending on what you need. When you have a broad array of amino acids, you're giving the body, you just upped your chances of the right kind of collagen, the right building blocks being there. That's how I understand it. Now, here's another key point that she brought out. If you don't have a lot of vitamin C, sufficient zinc, copper, and I'm sure other things, but these have been studied and shown, you also won't make it. The body will be unable to make it. So again, another reason why you want these cofactors. Remember that the sources of animal collagen, a lot of times they come from certain tissues, right? And there can be tissues that are more higher concentrated, and so they become a preferred source, right? But those places are also typically places where you can get reaction, because that's where the body stores heavy metal. So sometimes there are reactions. Sometimes people will use collagen, they'll get a little bit of a reaction. We, years ago in the company, before we founded Solle, Debbie probably remembers this, we actually sold an animal collagen for many years. Oh boy, that was nasty smelling stuff, right? You can have some people, but collagen can be quite beneficial. And we talked about other things that people needed to include in their diet, so we can provide for those cofactors, but you needed to build a program around it. You couldn't just take it. That's what's different with a plant-sourced collagen enhancing product. We can build it all in there. That's the huge difference. And we don't have to worry about these toxicities. This is an actual study, very recent, 28 different products that are collagen on the market. And they had detectable levels in, some of them alarming levels, arsenic, lead, and cadmium. So heavy metals. Why? That's where the body stores those, when the body's looking for what to do with them. So bone broth can be really good. I'm actually a big fan. But remember, with bone broth, same thing. Since the bones are the source, you can have heavy metal issues. If you don't have a good quality supplier that makes sure it's free of heavy metals, that can happen. So just buying common bone broth, which is what people are doing now, because you can find it in Costco and everywhere, right? You actually don't know what's been done to ensure they're free of those things. And when it comes to collagen in creams, I think Dr. Allison put that to rest. You may have a nice cream that does other good things, but the collagen's not going to get inside where it needs to go. It's too big of a molecule. It will not pass through the skin. So that's another issue. Finally, she talks about stress. If we're not managing our stress in a real noticeable way, collagen production takes a big dip. Everything takes a big dip. Why would collagen production be any different? The body's creative and regenerative processes can't happen if it's just trying to survive and putting all its energy and resources just to get through. So stress, this is why we actually founded Solle. This reason applies to everything, and which is why every Solle product has nutrients for physical situations and also for emotional, because it's part of everything. Of course it is. And to the flip side of the coin, if we can lift our mood, if we can add more joy, more optimism, more peace, more relaxation, other things will automatically improve even when our nutrition could be better. Why? Because stress is that powerful. So when you can combine both, when we can move our mood in by giving these much needed and much depleted nutrients that are essential for good mood and balanced mood, then we throw in a concentrated nutrition with a particular purpose, which SolleRoyal has with collagen, we can see pretty amazing results. Those are that's just common sense anyway. And it really is true. As you know, with this formula, this has been, a year in the making, but many years in the study. We kind of side with this study that Harvard. Now, there are a lot of studies that Harvard publishes that I do not side with, but here's one that I do. Eat lots of protein, dense foods, fruits, veggies, whole grains, and support your own natural collagen production. The body has to make it all anyway. Just eating collagen does not change that fact. All that does is ensure you have a lot of those good amino acids, but it doesn't ensure the rest of the story. And so we're trying to ensure the whole story here. So now, and these are in a different order because, you have to forgive me because I got to jump to the proteins, okay? Don't worry, we're not cheating you. We're going to come back to the other ingredients. In the English, since this is all I could get from Kendall today, these are in the order from the launch. So I'm going to skip over all of these and I'm going to go right to the protein. So you got to, again, forgive me because I got to go to the end here. Don't worry, Debbie said we're going to do this again next week. So we're not going to miss any of that stuff.
Well, and while you're getting to your slide, Greg, you made me think of a couple of things. We talk about protein. This product is amazing. It's got 9 grams of protein per serving. And Blake just confirmed to me how much fiber is in it. That's 2 grams of fiber. So
Right.
Really amazing product here because it's got all the great protein vegetables in it.
Right, and here they are. So with Debbie's nice segue, so here's the point that I wanted to leave with you today. These are not just protein powders. There's purple sweet potato, pumpkin seed, sunflower seed, and there's also some royal bee jelly extract. Notice the word concentrate. You see it 3 times. We could have included with the royal jelly because actually that's a concentrated as jelly as well. What these give is all the amino acids, all of them, in a highly concentrated, you can see the purple sweet potato, which is already incredibly concentrated with antioxidants, why it's a deep purple. We've 4 times concentrated it beyond that, its natural state. Pumpkin seed and sunflower are actually concentrated to the amino acids to between 50 and 60% of the powder being just those amino acids. We don't list that on the label. I want you to know just how concentrated the aminos are. So what you're giving is plenty of those building block aminos for your body to make collagen. Here are just a couple of points, if this will advance for me, of each one of these sources that I think you might find interesting. At least I did. So the lab verified. So we got lab verification. We knew it, but we love to use the labs to verify. These are all the amino acids in there. You will see all the big amino acids that are important in collagen production. And these 3 biggies are in all 4 of those in elevated amounts. So all 4 of them have the 3 famous amino acids that are typically used in collagen production. Remember that many others are substituted in as well, as Dr. Allison taught us. Now the purple sweet potato, why else do you want it? Well, because look at the 3rd point. It actually has a lot of vitamins and minerals aside from these amino acids. The antioxidants are extremely high, particularly the anthocyanins, which there are 2 words that they use for anthocyanin. I can't remember the other one. It's a very similar word. They're one and the same thing. They're those antioxidants.
Proanthocyanins.
Yeah, that's the other
the
one.
anthocyanins.
Yeah, and you'll see those in your deep reds, deep purples, all those deep, vibrant colors. The camu, which is one of the fruits in here, is super rich in it, and it's kind of an orangish red. It's like an amazing shade of orange red I've never seen. We'll show you a picture next week of that one. But your heart health, your pancreas, your eyes, there are so many areas, organs and tissues that directly purple sweet potato nourishes. It does much more than just provide for you collagen raw materials. It also has a lot of therapeutics in it. And that's sort of the hallmark of Solle, right? We try with every product to have a purpose and a focus, but give a lot of balanced therapeutics in addition, so that a person is going to see much more than just what they might have been using the product for. Pumpkin seed is no different. Aside from being super rich in aminos, healthy unsaturated fats. It's dense in those. Lots of vitamins and minerals. I can't tell you how many studies we've seen where they compare tableted vitamins to a fruit source, or in this case, vegetables or different varieties of foods. And when you get the vitamins natural source, less gives you much more result. There is an amazing synergy. And I always prefer and now at this point, you know, we're coming into 32 years, right? For me, in this wonderful natural health industry, I will always prefer it from a natural source, hands down, than a tableted source that is compressed and often many of the vitamins synthetically made. Body doesn't use those nearly as well. Here's the next protein, the sunflower seed. Not just your skin, right, and muscle, but weight management. Again, heart health, lots of healthy fats in there. In fact, the lecithin from that we have in Solle Megas. We have in another one of our products. And here's the royal jelly that I was talking about. This one is concentrated to 10-HDA. It's one of the rare times we actually concentrated an extract around a certain group of components. So you have all of the royal jelly in here, lots of B vitamins. You have these amazing aminos, and you know, some of the aminos, some of the peptides in royal jelly do not exist in nature outside of royal jelly. They are actually manufactured by the bees, who take this wonderful plant material and process it into these wonderful bee products. It is so impressive in the way it helps the body repair and wound healing and skin repair that we had to have it in SolleRoyal. We understand that SolleRoyal is completely vegan outside of this bee. And I know that some vegans are okay with bee products. But some people would have had us leave it out so that it could have been touted that way. It is way too important in nature and in this product, in our opinion, to leave it out. So you can, this 10-HDA that you see has a whole list of studies in how it helps modulate your immune system. So immune system has a big role to play in any kind of production and rejuvenation that the body does as well. And we can talk about that. So these are the 4 proteins. Now I'm wondering, Deb, because it's about 2:45. Do you want to try to grab the fruits today? Do you want to save that one for next time?
No, I think we'll save it for next time, because I just wanted to close with a couple of thoughts, things that you reminded me.
Okay, let's do that. Let's leave these. There's these fruits, man, we could do a whole webinar on just these 3 one-of-a-kind fruits. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. You could do a lot on the fruits just by itself. And then of course, when you talk about the catalyst and mood enhancing, so the collagen catalyst and mood enhancing herbs, that's a whole separate discussion. I love the introduction of the baobab to our line of products.
Oh, yeah.
Baobab has been used for a long time for a lot of things. So I just want to kind of tease you a little bit so you come back. We're not going to have a webinar next week, but we'll have it the first of the year. We'll have a great webinar, and we'll talk about the fruits and all of these other wonderful ingredients that it has. I think of how it works as a weight management, you know, because I think most people either buy it for their skin and hair, or they're buying it for weight management. I think because of the content of fiber and the great amino acids that it has. So you're building your muscular system, right? Mm-hmm. During a workout, it helps you also repair muscle because muscle burns during the workout, right? And that's that burn that you feel, and then you have to replace that muscular tissue, and that's how you build good lean muscle, right? And so that just by itself is an amazing accomplishment with this product, right? It's not going to make you lose weight. It will help your body manage the weight because of the way it helps you manage other things that have to happen in the body for you to accomplish that goal. One thing that I have noticed using the product the very first day was, and I love fiber. I was able to go to the bathroom just fine with this product. I keep fast tracked in the house for emergencies, because if I'm super stressed, I'm that person that just everything just tightens up and doesn't move. So we were having a little discussion before the webinar actually started, because I know there's 1 or 2 people on here listening, or who will listen, who are also ALS patients and friends of Lisa Manchester. We're talking about, how this product might help them. And I think of all of the amino acids and the vitamins in here that are so nutritious for specifically the B vitamins, right? It's so high in the B vitamins, and how it will help the nervous system work. I think this is a great addition. And to quote my sweet friend, Dr. Allison, without collagen, we'd be a pile of goo. We would just be a blob of goo, because there would be nothing to hold us up or give our body structure. We know that the skin is the largest external organ of the body. So that's what holds us keeps us all in, right? But our largest system inside is the structural system. And so you're giving your body everything that it needs. I mean, obviously we'll have 2 more webinars to talk about this, Greg, but what I find most fascinating and most encouraging and most hopeful are for people who struggle with muscular, structural, skeletal issues, and how this product can help. How, and something that stuck out to me that Valerie said as well, and because we want to maybe use this in conjunction with the longevity and the Solle Megas, is that a pregnant woman can take this product safely, and it will benefit the child that is being formed. We know that the body needs great cellular structure. This is something that's going to enhance cellular structure in a forming baby, right? And so the baby will be nurtured and fed in a great environment just by using this product alone. But when you add it with the Solle Megas and the longevity, you're really doing something fabulous for your body. Not just the outward, yes, it will show on your skin, it will show in your hair, it will show in the flexibility of how you move in your body. But one thing that I would say is it's high in protein. It's not a meal substitute, okay? Please don't use it as a meal substitute. It's only 95 calories per serving. But if you want to add it to your Solle Complete to make it a better meal substitute, then add it with your Solle Complete. Add it with your Avant Greens and make your shake even more nutritious. And then because of the fiber content in all of those, take your Solle Megas and your longevity 2 hours after you had that wonderful shake, because you don't want the fiber in this amazing product to soak up all the good essential fatty acids that you're putting in it by using the longevity and the Solle Megas. And so I wanted to end on that, because there's a plethora of ways that you can use this product. This is by far just only one suggestion, right, on how to use it. You can combine it with your NeuroIM to do amazing things for your immune system because of the vitamins and the amino acids that are in SolleRoyal, the bee jelly. It's going to help your immune system. It's also going to help your neurosystem, right? So it's going to help your neurological system. It's really going to do some amazing things for the nervous system. You can combine it with just the Solle Megas. You can combine it with any other product that you want. I just see this as opening so many more doors, Greg. This is something that if I'm using the 4-month to health, I'm going to add this and I will take it in between meals or in between my other drinks. So, or just mix it with one of your favorite drinks that's high in fiber, like your Solle Complete. So thank you, Greg. Thank you for many reasons, because this product came out just in time for Christmas and it makes a wonderful gift. And because it's going to help so many people, and because it's so pretty, and because it tastes so good, even in just water. So it just makes me happy, really, truly makes me happy. Again, a testament to the power of adaptogenic herbs. I love you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful holiday season. For those of you who do celebrate it, for those of you who don't, continue to enjoy good health, love, joy, and peace. Thank you to Charisse, our brand newest member of our Solle team, for that awesome testimonial. I love you guys. Thank you, Greg. I love you so much. Thank you for being with us,
See ya.
everybody.
See
Bye.
you soon.